Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with your girl Lucy and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that she needs when we're working with her and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction that's needed. She's very sensitive to corrections, so we're using your martingale, and she is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Lucy, heel. Now at this point, Lucy has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking, keeping her shoulders even with your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, nor dropping her nose onto the ground. And when you stop, she's been taught to sit automatically to wait for her next command. So this makes walking her a pleasure. Instead of her dragging you down the street and being all willy-nilly, she's next to you, she's more focused on you than what's going on around her. And if you see her drop her head, you will see Rich correct her for dropping her head, which is a little tug and release on your martingale, and tell her no, heel. Now the next command that Rich is going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. This can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds and slowly over the next couple of months work up to 3 minutes. Everything with a rescue dog takes a little bit more time, as you know. When Rich returns to her, he walks right back to her shoulders, and then she expects him to give her another command. And you can see the tail wagging. She's happy, she's enjoying working. Occasionally he gives her a treat, but not every time. Sometimes he just praises her. Look at that happy little face.
Stay.
Leaves her in another sit-stay. Walks out to the end of the training leash, and this time, instead of returning back to her, Rich will demonstrate the recall or the come on command. Now the job with her is to keep her from jumping on you. He gave her a treat for coming and sitting, but he used his leash to kind of reel her in, so that when she got in close to him, if she was getting ready to jump, he could correct her. And you're going to learn all this on your lesson tomorrow.
Stay.
She's so majestic. And then Rich will call her again.
No.
Now she should come in and sit in front of you as she did the first time. So when she did that, Rich told her no, got her sitting correctly in front of him. She tends to spin from time to time. And that was really bad when she first got here. It's gotten much better. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating are the downs. This is your down from a heel position.
Stay.
Down and stay.
Stay.
In the beginning, she would roll on her back. She would spin around. This is your down stay. Practice indoors as well as outdoors. If the weather gets cold, don't make that as an excuse not to practice, because you can practice in small areas. She stayed while Rich returned back to her, and then he releases her by giving another command. If you give her too much praise, you're always walking a fine line with her. If you give her too much praise, she gets crazy. If you don't give her enough praise, she gets belligerent. So,
No. Sit. Down. Down. No. Down.
and don't let her get away with acting like she doesn't know it, because clearly she does know it. And she's just giving Rich a hard time right now. So you can't give up. When you give her a command that you see on this video and you know that she knows, You have to be determined that she does it. And that's the only way that she's going to gain respect for you and do it every time. Rich calls her out of that, has her come and sit, and she is very treat motivated. And we don't like to train just with food, but if you need food in the beginning, use it. Absolutely.
Down. No. Down.
Now you clearly saw her do her down the first time. The second time was a little harder. And then here she wanted to throw a little temper tantrum, but then Rich got her out of it and she laid down. So these are the things that we've been dealing with her here at school. She's a lovely girl, and I know that with a lot of practice, even after she goes home, that you're going to have the dog that you want. We're going to be here to help you. So if you have any questions or concerns, please call us first. We want to hear from you. We want to know how you're doing. We want to answer your questions. We're always here for you. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you soon.